Hi, quick review of the small flap classic bag versus the medium. So in hindsight, white probably wasn't a good choice because it's doing funny things with my camera. It's looking awfully bright. But anyway, so this is the small and this is the medium. Both are classic flap bags. They've both got the double flap. This just looks like Snow White. It's actually a bit worn, but this video makes it look great. So these are the size comparisons. This one I think is 23 centimeters wide, and this one's 25 centimeters wide. So, the angles are sometimes a little bit misleading because it depends how I'm holding it and which one I could make one look bigger if I want to. I just move it closer. Anyway, this one is slightly longer. I think as everybody is aware. So, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to show. Every time I'm showing videos of me opening my bags, it looks like I'm being really careless and I'm ripping them open. In my head, I'm not. It's when I watch the videos back, I think, oh, people are probably thinking I'm damaging them. I'm not. This one's quite flexible. So I know it kind of looks like I'm ripping it open, but I'm really not. You have to when you've got this rigid flap, double flap. Anyway, so there we go. Okay, it's just there we go. There's what the inside looks like now. It's actually the exact same as the larger double flap, medium size. It's just that this one's got the little bit extra length inside it. So this one seems to be it probably depends as well on which year caviar. These are both caviar, but which bag you have, because some of the caviar leathers are stiffer and some are a bit softer. So this one seems to be a little easier to open. Yeah. So I mean they're largely similar. It's just that this one is just slightly longer. So I think I mentioned in a review before that some people think the inch really counts on this bag, the extra inch, and some others say you don't notice the inch. So in terms of what they carry, I don't notice. Now, what I'm going to do is just show how they both sit on my shoulder and sit on, because that's probably an important thing for people, how they look on, especially if some people are a bit smaller, they're wary of bags looking a bit too big on them, and vice versa, some people are a bit larger or wary of bags looking too small on them. All depends on your proportions and also what you prefer. So if anyone's ever wondering why my bed is always a mess, it's because I'm messy. No, it's because my dog loves going under the covers, so he's always in diving under, and he does this like burying thing, and he goes around. He's done it before when I've been out, and I came back in and the duvet was all up, and he'd made himself like a little foot. Anyway, so strap lengths. I think this one might be slightly longer. So I'm sorry, my outfit is not ideal. It's just a big long jumper thing. But there we go. Here's again, the white is not ideal because my phone's struggling with it a little bit. But this is a small and this is a medium. So personally for me, I prefer the medium, the proportions of the bag. And now I don't know if that's because I didn't even know the small existed for ages when I was into Chanel, and then I saw it and I was like, that looks weird. It looks like a deformed medium, or like a shrunken medium, like it's been put in the wash. I thought it looked weird, but that maybe skewed my perspective because I just didn't know the bag existed. If you were new to Chanel and you were just looking at all these bags, you wouldn't have that sort of preconceived idea of what the classic flap dimensions should be and should look like. So this is them here, and then I'll try and hold them up side by side. This is looking really quite small, like compared. I'm trying to hold them at the exact same point so that there's no different like perspective. It's also looking shorter. Okay, what I would suggest is like look at dimensions online, because everything I'm saying is just off the top of my head, like I don't know if it's right or not. So what I'm going to do now is show how this can't be going crossbody on me, Yep, it looks a bit high, a bit ridiculous. I'm sure everyone would agree. I'll do this one as well, because what looks more ridiculous than one of these crossbody is both of them crossbody at the same time. So here we go. So yeah, they're quite high and they don't, it's not looking good. I think everyone will agree I'm not looking good. So I think if you were like 5'3" or less, maybe like 5 foot, this would probably say quite a nice height for you. Anyway, not a nice height for me, or definitely anyone taller. Oh, and then there we go. So the good thing about like both of these bags is you can quite easily navigate between your single chain and double chain. You just grab the other one and it's easy. It's easy. And then I'll put both under the arm. There we go. Maybe I should start